Hello,
Hi, guys.
hello. You've all gone quiet now. Now you're being, now you're being counted. Hi, Jen. Hi, Carol. Hi, Kaz and Linda and Rachel. That thing where you've got the little crown by your head and a number, that isn't us. That's actually, we are toying with a lot of different techie things at the moment, but that's not us. That's actually something that's been implemented by YouTube, Tom, isn't it? Or
Yeah. I've just noticed that stupid light mode chat has ruined people's names in the chat overlay. They're all coming out as dark blobs.
Oh, it wasn't doing that just now, was it? Doing it now?
It's because it's just people who are not members or mods or anything. So many of our lovely viewers are members. We
hadn't noticed because
second.
Yeah. Oh, that is a shame. But we haven't got time to sort that now. That's just going to have to.
Yeah.
That's too bad, isn't it? We'll sort that for next time.
You can mostly read who it is, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, the normal chat window is still there. We checked it all, but of course the only people who'd been chatting before we went live were members and us, and so it looked all right on our names.
And it looks fine on my end because I have it in dark mode,
like dark mode,
human who doesn't enjoy having eyeballs burned out.
Yeah, I have it in light mode, so it does look funny to me. Never mind. It's going to be very useful for me to be able to see the chat up there and not have to keep looking to the right all the time. And also when I watch it back on the telly afterwards, I can see it all there, which is nice.
Yes, it's very handy, that.
Come back down
here. Because you like
now.
rewatching on the telly.
I do. I like to, and it's mainly to catch up on the chat. So now I think I will also just find it easy to keep up with the chat generally. Hey, Kerry and Snoppy. Carol's working and lurking, I saw. Come on, Carol, get back to it. You've got a deadline. All right, let's do the big reveal. Ta-da! Hello, a bit low down. Hang on. Yes, I am a bit low down. Oh, look, why is that coming out like that? Oh, that's because it's one of those big ones. That's because, woohoo! Kerry's been a member for 6 months. Well done. Your star has gone golden, Kerry. Your star on your membership badge has gone golden. Thank you very much. 6.
It's very good to know that those messages don't show up properly in the overlay.
Yeah, but you can read it.
Yeah, but we have no idea who it's from in there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh, well, more tinkering to do. There's Sharon. Now, I guessed even though that's dark, though, I guess that was Sharon Beach, partly because I know the name and I know that she's from Canada, so... Yeah.
True.
And I just sent a heart off to her during the week as well, actually.
Nice.
That's fresh in my head. So how is everybody? What's everybody up to today? We've been doing some more technical tinkering. I say we. Tom does the tinkering and then I do some cutting and pasting.
You do some panicking at the end.
Yeah. It doesn't contain gin, it contains black coffee. I could prove it, look.
You say prove it. There's no proof that it doesn't also contain gin.
That would be pretty gross. No, thank you, Snoppy, I have not shrunk.
Well, I mean, you have.
Why are you having a weird day, Snoppy? What's weird about your day? I'm going to have to get out the habit of thinking I can scroll the chat on the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, good weird or bad weird, as Linda says. Linda's got the number one. I'm calling it the waffle monitor. So this is this thing that YouTube have just introduced, which is kind of keeping tabs on how much people chat. So because Linda's been here right from, well, she was the first here today. She's got number 1. I don't get any numbers at all, so clearly I don't waffle at all. I've got no chat.
Yeah.
Hey! Insomniac in New Zealand. Thanks for popping in, Paula. I'm sorry you're not having a good sleep though. Is it because it's cold there? I'm not sleeping well here because it's so blooming hot at the moment. Workers and lurkers. So Carol's working and lurking, and so is B, and probably so is Susie Q. She often is. Hey! Sue Matthews has got a
Teedke says, I'm doing this just to test the thing for £2 shunya pants. Thanks, Teedke.
I thought we changed the voice so that it would be more understandable.
Yeah, we did, but apparently that didn't work.
That didn't work, no.
But
I chose a nice sort of clear voice, but never mind. More tinkering to be done. So thank you, TTK, for the super chat.
Oh, so I'm number one now.
Oh, that makes you number one simply because you've done that, does it?
Yeah, see, from the messages that I typed, I had 75 XP. Now I've got 225 from having done that.
Oh, blimey.
So
it's weird, isn't it?
You guys are all
we didn't even know
two.
This just happened today. I didn't even know this was going to be a thing. Yeah. I think it's quite fun seeing who chats the most, seeing as it is something that we do talk about quite a lot, the waffle. Hey, Carrie. I can still read those names just because I know the names so well. Oh, bad weird. Snoppy. I saw bad weird. Ah, I sent a heart off to you as well, Carrie, this week. I'm recognising all the names I sent off to. Just couldn't sleep. Had a few tests. Oh, yeah.
No, unpleasant.
Yeah, that doesn't
hopefully we can help you to forget about it today.
Yeah. If it's only just for a couple of hours. Yeah. Oh, Snoppy's having a bad weird day. Paula can't sleep. Nice to see you, Carrie. I haven't seen you for a bit. Hope you're okay. Yeah. Granny Sue's on holiday. Hollybobs. I'm still looking over there and I don't need to. I can just look here now. So I'm going to be... there's a couple of things I'm working on today. I've got my crochet hooks here in a couple of sizes because look, it's my macrame bag.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Come on a bit, isn't it?
Well chuffed with that. I mean, it's not perfect when you look. These bits have all got to be woven in on the inside, so that's something I thought I would do today.
I mean, if it was perfect, you may as well just buy one from a shop.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. So I've got the other pieces that I cut here. So one of them is this was a bundle, but it's now become a tangled mess. I know I had to cut some specific lengths for making the strap, so I need to do that. I probably need to watch the video again to do that. And then a lot of this in here is just now the ends that need weaving in and cutting off, so I thought I could do that today. But I'm really chuffed with how that's gone. So the strap thing goes all the way through where I've made those eyelets, and then it becomes like a crossbody kind of handle. So I will actually use that a lot, and I'm really chuffed with it. Really chuffed.
Nice.
I was actually very surprised. I thought I'd like it. I thought I'd enjoy doing it, but I was very surprised at how much I enjoyed doing the knotting. I would definitely be doing more of it. I really enjoyed it. And I was also quite surprised at the amount of different YouTube videos there are, tutorials, always like so many different projects that you can do with it. You know, updated from the 70s since I last did any serious macrame. So yeah, I've got to weave all those ends in and finish because the base has to all be kind of knotted together, but you can see where I haven't quite finished doing that yet. But it's not perfect, but for my first ever attempt at something as ambitious as this, I was well chuffed. So yeah, got that to finish, and I've pretty much finished my Maggie scroll. Kind of feeling like I went a bit too nuts on the lime green, but I think by the time I've turned it in and put an edge on it, I think that will calm it down just a little bit. Yeah, so I've got that to do. Thank you, Snoppy, number 3 waffler. Thank you, Rachel. Now, of course, seeing Rachel there reminds me, for anybody that hasn't seen it yet, I have now got the July stitch kit box, and they've got me crafting for Christmas in July. So I'm not going to be doing this today, but just to give you a peek in case you haven't seen it, this is what I got in the box. Oh, so not that needle, I don't know how that got there. So we've got
you
these
probably lost it when you're doing something else.
Yeah, we've got these panels to make Christmas stockings, 2 Christmas stockings. Well, actually I think you could make 4 because you can make a plain back if you wanted. coaster set, but that might end up being cards. And a set of 4 placemats, which I think I will do as placemats because I think they'll look really nice. You know that dark blue kind of damask tablecloth I use at Christmas sometimes, Tom? That one.
Yeah.
They look really nice on that. But of course, being me and enjoying my hand stitching, rather than just, I could do quite a quick job of doing a quick machine quilting on this. But I think I want to do some hand stitching into it to make it a bit extra special. Because it's just begging for
Stitch
it.
some
It's just begging for it.
into it or whatever.
Yeah. Make the beard, put fluffy stitches on the beard. Put some, like perhaps even, I'm not keen on metallic threads, but some of that wool thread that I got, that bargain stuff, was white with a silver thread running through it.
Being a nerd, what I would suggest doing is getting some tiny little LEDs and sewing some working Christmas lights into it.
Actually, yeah, and you could. I did have a look. You see, I'm laughing, but I did have a look at these and think, I wonder if I could, with some of them, could I cut the windows out and recess them somehow, or yeah.
The answer is yes, you could.
Because it's like I was saying before, once you get one of these boxes, it's yours. You do what you like with it. You don't have to do exactly the project it's intended for, I could decide to make these 4 coast placemat ones into, say, 2 framed Christmas pictures, cut parts out and make it kind of a 3D box framed picture. I might even still do that. I haven't quite decided, so I'm not going to be doing that today. Just thought I'd give you a peek. Today is more whips and pips.
Yeah. If you did want to embed some little lights into those windows, we could definitely do that.
Snoppy's calling 111. She is having a bad day.
Oh dear.
You okay? So you're obviously not okay, Snoppy. Let us know how you get on.
Yeah.
Oh, just scrolling back up again now. Love the 3D idea. Yeah, I'm a bit taken with that. I like making things 3D. I used to do that a lot when I had the Schooler Box the subscription. I used to quite often go 3D with it because I just like doing it. I could do it a bit like Kerry does with her art pieces, where she does a lot of cutting out and layering things to make them 3-dimensional, like that, but with stitching. Yeah. Hang on, I've missed a lot here now. We missed you too, Carrie. Ooh, good luck with the driving test. I've never learnt to drive. I'd be terrified if I did it now.
I'd be terrified if you did it now.
Yeah, I think the world would be terrified if I did it now. Yeah. Hi, Kate. 18 degrees in Wales. It's cooled down a lot. We had to go into the city yesterday, didn't we, Tom? And it was like 30 degrees or more. I think the bus on the way back was about blooming 40 degrees. Oh, God.
Yeah, it must have been.
Awful it was.
Like sitting in a greenhouse full of farts.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah. Why people still want to eat on a bus even when it's that hot? Ugh, yuck. Makes it all that much worse. But today it's dropped right down. It's overcast. We've even got some rain, which is actually feeling quite welcome, to be fair.
Yeah, unfortunately, someone came and sat behind me on the hot bus, smelling of an illicit substance.
You quite often get that round
I'm
here.
not going to judge them for that, but it's quite an oppressive smell when it's 1,000 degrees in the bus.
I don't understand how they smell quite so strongly of it, unless they've literally just been doing that before. I think we better not talk about that, probably. Yeah. Did I miss where Snoppy just suddenly said she's phoning 111? Did I miss?
She said her mum was acting strangely as well.
Right.
Might be it.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, hopefully she'll let us know if she gets on in a minute.
Yeah.
Alison's got her 13-month granddaughter here regularly now, collecting the 3-year-old from school at 3. They're messing with your WIP and Waffle time. Oh. Yeah, I'm probably at 13 months, a little bit early to introduce crafting, but maybe the 3-year-old though.
Yeah.
Yeah, dehydration can make people behave very strangely. It can make
Yeah.
you feel really peculiar as well, can't it? I know that because I sometimes let myself get dehydrated. But when it's someone who's already a bit kind of fragile, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it basically
No, for
dehydration that
Marion's
causes
world.
most of the problems in a hangover?
Yes. It's a different Marion, Carrie. Yeah, I love Marion of Marion's World. I love this Marion as well. This is Marion who's going to be helping me do the slow stitching corner at the Bazaar event in August. So it's Marion that I met up with there for the first time last year. So yeah, that's that Marion. Yeah.
They're all good Marions.
Marion's a good name. Right, I'm going to start doing something now. So I have picked this to make my backing. I would use a scrap, but I remembered I had this and just thought I really, really want this as the backing for this piece. I think it'll look nice, won't it? So I'm going to do that, but you laughing, Tom? You think it doesn't look nice? It's all toot to Tom. It's all toot.
Yes,
So
yeah.
I need some help to decide. I've got a choice of bias binding. I bought these, got them really cheap on eBay just recently. Just going to get the crackly plastic bag out of the way. And I also got these from a friend's mum's stash just recently. Oops. So these are the choices of colour I've got for binding. I mean, I don't always do a binding. I was thinking I would just do it. Let me show the Maggie scrolls. So these are what I'm using for inspiration, the beautiful Maggie work. So on that one, Maggie's used the print, and the others they're just plain colours. Mostly Maggie's done what I'd intended to do and just done it like this, where it's just got, just a flat piece on the back and, overstitched or blanket stitched along the edge or whatever. But with this one, she's done this edging, and she's done it by bringing the backing over. But I'm thinking I would just cut a flat piece. I've got all this binding now, and I just think I want the the contrast edge, because I just think I've gone a bit too nuts with the lime green on mine, and I just think it needs a pop of a contrast. I've got to decide what that is. So if this is going to be the back, let's get the Maggie scrolls out of the way a minute now, so as not to confuse the issue. So here's what I'm going to use for my back. Here's my scroll. Here's my choices of bias binding colours. What do we think? Not that one, because that's just too light. That's like a pale orange. Yeah, it's slightly oranger than it looks on camera. So what do you think? I could turn over the fabric. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just turn it over so I just end up with like that. Should I do that? I mean, I've got all of this binding. Mind you, this binding is quite narrow, so it would only give me a narrow kind of...
It is a bit.
Yeah.
Good to see you in the Discord there, Procrastinous.
Procrastinous just joined the Discord, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You like the pale orange? Ah. Oh, that's the dark orange. You see, sometimes you just need another pair of eyes to make you sort of think about doing something. I think other than the white, that's probably the last on this. I don't think this would... Well, no, maybe that would... I like the pale orange against this as well. Oh, it's tricky. I feel like I want a real boof of contrast. I am now starting to wonder if Paula's right and I should just bring the fabric over to the front. I don't think that one. I think the yellow is too much like the green that I'm trying to balance out a bit. Maybe I will just bring the... Move fabric turned over. Almost always no binding. Yeah, I wouldn't normally do it. I would just be putting that on the back and just letting this stand, you know, on its own. I just feel like I want a pop of something to set off that massive amount of lime green that I've ended up with. A bit more, all the bright orange. I didn't even try the bright orange. Let's have a look at that. I even briefly talked about the idea of black, you know.
I was going to say, black would make it look almost like a comic book with those bright colours.
Yeah. I do quite like the bright orange. I like the bright orange next to that as well.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I just feel like a bright colour would be a good idea. Like you either want it to really contrast those colours or to fit in with them nicely.
Yeah. Right, I'll use it. Oh, I'm getting so much blankets. Oh yeah, I can still blanket stitch in the orange as well. And there's no reason why I couldn't use a binding like this, but then blanket stitch over the top of it in another colour, if I wanted to. I do think the binding kind of sets it off, but so would this colour. I can't decide.
Well, why don't you do a poll and let chat decide? I
do always love orange and purple together. Yeah. So what is? I think the two most popular things are either the purple. Yeah, like Renee's just saying, the purple backing turned over, or the dark orange. So I could make that the poll. Morning, Ronta. Orange binding, purple blanket stitch.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then that would go. It would look nice on the back as well, because it'd look like that with the purple. Oh.
Toss them all into a bag and pick is definitely an option.
It does make a difference though, doesn't it? And it's a funny thing that if you put whatever colour you put around or you mount something on, it's that colour that jumps out at you, isn't it? So what I definitely wouldn't do is put lime green around this, because the lime green is already jumping out by itself, and I just want to balance that a little bit. So if I put this around it, it's going to make those colours pop out more than the green, which is probably what I want.
What if you do one thing on one side and the other on the other side?
No, I wouldn't like that. Orange. Oh, it's difficult. And I need to decide before I even cut it.
Oh yeah. If you do orange and green, it won't appeal to KoolKooky. Yeah, you've got some colour combinations that make you almost physically sick, haven't you?
Please turn the flipping fabric. Not orange and not spotted. So you don't like it? Jen wants plain. Do you know what? I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna turn it over. And if I hate it turned over, I can still add a plain binding over the top if I really decide I don't like it. because I'm not convinced. But anyway, right, that's what I'm going to do for now. Right, okay, we're done. Sort of. I'm going to tear it because I'm lazy. That should give me enough. So what's everyone else doing? Snip and rip.
Lazy.
Yep, lazy. Okay, I've got all that binding out for nothing, so I'm probably not going to end up using it at all. Oh dear. It might even be that once I've turned this under and it's just narrower and tidied up, that I feel like I don't want a binding at all, because I wouldn't normally have an edge like that. It's only because I feel like I've gone a bit much with the lime green. That's the main reason for wanting to do it. These little scissors that came in my macrame kit actually cut fabric quite well, surprisingly. If anybody wants to post pictures of whatever they're doing in the if you're in the Discord, please feel free. We'll have a little Discord peek later. I'm going to be
can't
doing...
stop making hearts. It's funny, the Hobbit here can't stop making farts.
No, I've got the special magical oil from Rachel now. I don't fart anymore.
Okay.
I think I'm just going to tack these edges first, probably.
Marin's going for a lie down in a dark room. Okay.
What for? All the decision making?
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. I usually take way longer to decide something like that.
Starting to yawn. Yeah, she has that effect on me as well.
See, I have to, when I can't sleep, I put storm sounds on these days.
I'll just play one of your videos. They're usually about 5 hours long, so plenty of time.
I think she's just winding me up about the... I think you are okay, aren't you, Marion? I think she's just joking. She's just winding me up about the... Night, Paula, sleep well. She's just winding me up about my decision making. It matters though, doesn't it?
Or lack thereof.
I have spent many, many hours stitching this. I don't want to ruin it at this stage by putting the wrong backing on, do I?
You can always unpick stitching.
Well, yeah, but I won't want to.
No, but you can, if it's that ruined.
I could do, if I really hated it, I could do that. Yeah, true.
If it's not ruined enough to want to unpick the stitching, then it's fine.
It's really not that bad, yeah. I think what I'm going to do is tack the edges down first and see if I can just overstitch it without turning an edge under at all, after all that.
Wow.
I know.
Marion's got the right idea. I'm going to go and have a lie down as well.
Just thinking I'll just tack it first, because otherwise it's going to be a bit tricky to do it. I'll get some lovely pieces in to stitch onto the quilt. The community quilt, yeah. Yeah, really beautiful pieces.
Hey, Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
Morning.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little video about that later in the week. Just starting to stitch some pieces on. Well, I did some stitching on here, didn't I, as well?
Yeah.
But I think mostly it's going to be easier to do most of the stitching spread out on my big table downstairs because it's such a huge piece to work on.
Especially if you take your light down there so you can actually see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sharon, that's it. Soothed, not bored.
Yeah.
Soothed by the voice, not bored by the waffling.
When I was expecting Tom, I used to play a lot of reggae. And
yeah.
I'm sure you always, when you were little, you used to find that sort of soothing.
Yeah. I mean, as it happens, I was listening to reggae while I was trying to get to sleep last night.
Oh, there you go then.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marion. I think it will be, I think it will be amazing. And just like really weird, really out there, because it's just going to be such an eclectic mix of, styles. And just realised I usually do. Is there a deadline? Well, not really, because the deadline to have them on in time for the event, the Bazaar event that we're going to, where we're going to have the slow stitching corner, is I'm going to come up do this now. Hang on, because I feel like I can. Is 16th of August. I'll be there on the 16th and 17th of August. But having said that, the plan is then to finish it, bring it home, finish up the quilt, fill in any gaps, do the backing and all of that. And my hope is to have it all ready in good time before Christmas to auction it off for charity. So I don't have to have all of the pieces in before I go in August, do I? I can carry on adding them after, as long as there's still room, of course. I mean, still plenty room at the moment, and it's a big piece of backing that I've got, that I've started using. So no, there isn't. There's plenty of time, and I haven't actually set a deadline because I feel like I'm going to be working on it for ages afterwards. Having said that, I suppose when I come back to start working on it afterwards, it would be nice at that point to have most of the pieces that people are going to send in, so I can start spreading things out and making sure I've got, filled all the gaps, because we don't want any gaps. That's going to be the main thing.
Gaps would be a shame.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I've not actually given a deadline as such, but yeah.
Yeah.
I might find that I just don't need an edge on this at all. I'm going to tack this. I'm going to tackle these edges under. Yeah, but I need to decide. I still like this for the backing. I'm not in two minds about that at all. I love that for the backing. If I do decide I want an edge, then I think I'll go with the majority seem to be the orange edge.
Nice. Oh, Procrastina's just opened an Amazon package of that Indian block print fabric you were showing.
Oh, did you get some? I know a lot of people were in two minds because it's kind of 5 yards that you have to buy. But having said that, it's very reasonable for 5 yards.
Yeah. Hey, Purple Poppy.
And, hey, Purple Poppy! We're allowed to call Purple Poppy Claire, though. She said that was all right.
That'd be good if I could remember.
If you could remember, and if everybody else knew who we were talking about. But
yeah,
Purple Poppy Claire. But I have now got, so both Jen and Maggie sent me a piece of the of that particular fabric, that Indian block printed fabric that I was showing in that video. Hang on, I'll show you. This is going to be the next part of the Maggie project once I've finished up this little scroll. is going to be this. So this is the one that Maggie's already stitched into. And then she also sent me a piece of the gorgeous fabric. So this is the fabric we're talking about that you can get on Amazon if you look up Indian block printed fabric. Did anybody see the Frida Kahlo one? Same kind of thing, but with this Frida Kahlo. But I loved this. Is just, and I'm more or less going to copy what Maggie has done just to kind of learn how she does it, really, as much as anything. So I'm going to give away one of these pieces, and I can now also give away some of the fabric as well. But that won't be at this upcoming monthly live, which will be this Saturday coming. It's going to be after I finish the Maggie project as a kind of a wind-up celebration, you know.
Is it going to be a Saturday coming, or are we having to postpone?
No, we don't know, because it turned out the thing I thought I might have. Oh yes,
it's a different weekend.
It's Tuesday, not.
Yeah.
It's weirdly on a Tuesday. Yeah, so so it will be this weekend, the monthly live. But yeah, we won't be doing a giveaway this week. I'm not going to be doing them, as you know, regularly anymore. Just occasional ones that go along with specific projects like this. So it will be I think it's the 2nd of August it falls, the next big live, the Saturday night live. And then I will be giving away some of these pieces. So I'm going to do some packs of the fabrics that Maggie gave me, and now I'm going to be able to include some of that lovely block printed fabric as well. Thanks to the generosity of Jen and Maggie. And I'm happy to send them overseas as well, so everyone will have a chance. Well, they're going to be quite small packs, so.
Yeah, procrastination puts the pro in procrastination.
Oh, they don't have it on USA Amazon. Oh, that's a shame. Or maybe you'll win some, Carrie. Somebody in the Facebook group put up a message saying if anybody else wanted to buy any of the fabric because they didn't want to buy 5 yards. Which is fine, you know, people could always message her and say, yeah, I'll go in with you or whatever. But of course, what you've got to bear in mind is you've then got to send it to each other. So you've got the cost of postage as well.
Yeah.
But I suppose if it means...
It's surprising how quickly fabric gets heavy as well, isn't it?
Yeah. But if it means, you know, you pay £3 for postage for a couple of yards, it's still, I think, reasonably priced for what it is. So people could always do that if you don't mind posting to each other. Yeah.
One thing worth bearing in mind as well when sending larger amounts of fabric to each other is you can quite cheaply buy those vacuum storage bag things meant for storing clothes.
Oh, yeah.
You can buy relatively small ones, and you can cut down the size of it.
You cut down the volume, and sometimes that could mean it would go in a large letter instead of a...
Exactly, yeah. If it's a particularly fluffy fabric, you could potentially
because we did that with some fur
cost.
fabric I had, didn't we? And it just goes down to almost nothing. Yeah.
You do need to be careful with those if it's going to go by airmail.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because once it goes up in the air, the reduced pressure could mean it expands again.
Yeah.
And you don't want that.
You don't want that. But if it's within, if it's not going to be going overseas.
If it's not going to be going in the air, then... Well...
Oh, it's actually coming out almost straight. I don't know. I still think maybe I need the... Okay, anyway, I'm going to carry on. The only way to find out is to do it, I think.
Yeah, exploding fabric would probably not make you popular with the airline.
Oh, Claire, you're number 3 waffler at the moment.
Oh.
Anybody that doesn't know, this crown symbol and this number next to your name. It looks like they're only counting up to number 3, doesn't it?
Well,
it's not like we haven't got any number 10.
There'll be a thing at the top of your chat that says however much XP. If you click on that, it will show you a list up to, it's kind of showing up to 16.
But it's not showing in all of the sort of separate chat messages.
I've got 200 XP more than the nearest competition. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody is like, no, I can't read that. I can't read that name. Someone's just said, I'd love to buy a yard if anyone has too much UK. Yeah, I mean, you could always message each other in the Discord community or the Facebook group or whatever and just make that arrangement between yourselves, because even if you've got, say you've got to pay £3 postage, if the cost of a yard is only, because I think it was 5 yards was just under 25 quid, it's still only going to cost you 8 quid for the yard. And it's quite wide fabric too, so still worth having. As long as somebody doesn't mind doing that for you, then yeah.
Susie Q doing the old work and lurk. Hello there.
I said Susie be lurking and working. Hey, Viv. That's encrusted with stitch bit to get through there. What are you shushing?
Susie was shushing.
Shh. Don't tell anyone. We won't tell anyone. It's just
back to work, Susie.
it's just between us chickens. It's not going to stop you working, though, is it, really?
Oh,
Lovecraft with Cass says, I just wanted to beat Tom for $5 australianos. Thanks, Lovecraft with Cass.
Oh, Kaz, you shouldn't have done that. Thank you. Yeah, but did it make you beat Tom anyway?
No, just we're even now.
Oh, what?
But it's still putting me as number 1.
That's not fair. You just have to waffle more as well, Kaz. Oh.
You've been robbed.
You've been had. That's not fair, is it? Look, number 2.
I've just got up to 300 somehow. So
you're not even in the chat mode. Look, she's chatting away.
Of course, I can secure my lead by just banning everyone else. Yeah.
But that would be cheating, and there'd be no satisfaction in it.
Number 1. Yes, we very much appreciate it anyway,
yeah,
even though it was just trying to beat me.
You're number 1 in my eyes, Kaz. Don't tell Tom I said that.
Yeah, because so far you haven't patted her on the head. Although you will have a chance, and you should, because it would be big, funny and clever to do so.
No, it wouldn't. But you could come with me in August, and then Kaz could pat you on the head.
I think I'm busy washing my hair that day. I'm probably going to cut my hair today. And my beard.
It's the heat getting to you.
Yeah, the heat and just in general, it's horrible.
Just every so often you need to have a shear.
Yeah.
Time for a shearing.
I'm at risk of people giving me change at the side of the street at the moment, thinking I'm homeless.
If you stand still too long. You need a head shearing.
If I stood holding an empty cup, it would... Yeah.
Yeah.
You're shorter than the Hobbit. Yeah, that's why it would be funny if you patted her on the head.
I'm going to make a top as well with my fabrics. I'm not sure if I see if you procrastinate. I'm going to make a top with some of mine, and I've also got some lovely canter cotton, which Jen sent me. And so I've actually, just yesterday, ordered a couple of dressmaking patterns with tops that I think will work really nicely with that canter cotton, and will also fit in well with the, because it's the same kind of feel of cotton. It's that lovely soft kind of feel, and I think some of it, once I've embroidered it, I can use it to make ouch, God, look at that, I really pronged myself.
Oh dear.
I can use it to make like the yoke of tops and stuff, you know. that Indian block printed stuff when it's all embroidered, so it makes it a little bit stiffer.
Jackie for 6
Yay!
months.
There's a lot of 6-monthers coming up. Jackie's badge has gone golden star.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like 6 months, does it, since we started that? It really does. It feels like maybe 3 months in my head.
Every stream feels like 6 months to me.
Jackie was definitely one of the first on that very first day that we did it. At that point, we were thinking, well, we'll do we'll activate this membership thing, and we'll see if
Maybe
anybody's
one person will
interested.
join.
Maybe we'll get, And we thought, well, if we just get one every couple of weeks, it's worth doing. It's nice, it's a bit of fun.
Yeah. I was already pretty frustrated, thinking it's going to be ages until I can see if the thing that we did actually works.
The thing where it shouts when somebody joins, where it goes.
Immediately loads of people joined.
Yeah, and it was like 16 on that very first one. Yeah.
Hobbits to rule the world after second breakfast. Yeah. You usually forget to have first breakfast. You're the worst hobbit ever.
I do make up for lost time later on, though. My worst time to eat is in the evening, so it's just when I shouldn't eat. Really.
Yeah. And no one ever needs to apologise for not being able to join. It is fine.
No, don't. Is somebody doing that again? Don't do that. It's just
we really
something
appreciate
we do.
it when people can join, but we really don't feel we deserve it either, frankly.
Yeah, it's honestly, there's absolutely no obligation. So much appreciate the people that do and that have been with us from the beginning of that as well. It's amazing, but there's absolutely no pressure to do it. Nothing's going to change. We do some odd little extra perks for people as a thank you, but
that
we
like to try and get some things in there, but it's not like anyone's really missing out on hugely exciting stuff
or on anything that was there before. It's not suddenly going to be like, you can't have that anymore because you're not a member or whatever. No, so you're all important. You're all important.
I never like it when a channel does that.
No,
it's
different. Doing little extras for members is one thing, but taking away stuff from people who aren't members, I would never do.
Yeah. I saw a guy he does like tutorial stuff. I watch a lot of programming tutorial things on YouTube, and he'd set all his old videos, some of which I had watched parts of before. He'd set all of them to members only.
Oh, right.
So it's like, well, I watched half of your tutorial series on how to do this, and now you've just made all of that members only.
I mean, I suppose if they were really old ones that he was going to archive, maybe he'd think, oh, well, I'll leave them there for members, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it's not like he had 30,000 videos and he needed to archive a load of them. But still, I hope it works out for him.
Yeah, good luck to him. Yeah.
He does make good content, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, who's doing something for World Watercolor Month?
Well, I'm thinking of it. Oh, could have brought my sketches up. Only I should have started yesterday. So it's a great start. I did start yesterday and I did some sketching. And what I'm thinking is looking at the prompts that I might like to take the word each day. So the first day is radiate and actually paint the word in a way that reflects the meaning of the word. Because sometimes that's easier, especially when it's a more abstract prompt like that. Hey, Jackie!
Yes, the prompt for today is espresso.
Yes. So
that's less abstract.
For espresso, though, because I thought, well, I did draw myself a cup, which I was thinking I could do a watercolour of a cup. With coffee in it, obviously. I also experimented with doing them all on one big sheet, like I did for the Artifartober prompts.
Yeah.
But then I thought, then I got stuck on ripple and fade and thought, I don't know what to do. Hi, Dawn. I bet Dawn's doing watercolour month. Are you doing watercolour month, Dawn?
Oh, Dawn must be, surely.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't got long. You need to get going. Have a good day.
Yeah, sounds fair enough, Jackie. Yeah. And if anyone ever feels like we have somehow made this channel not fun if you're not a member, please let us know.
Yeah, because I've hated it. I don't want it to feel like that at all.
To feedback. Yeah.
It's a fine balance, isn't it? You want to say a special thank you to people who are members. That's only fair. But I don't want anybody to ever feel like. I don't think you can say we've ever put pressure onto or making people feel less welcome or whatever.
I mean, the major complaint is that we keep on going on and on about how we don't want to make people feel left out.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, but every time I think, no, it's okay, everybody knows that now, then somebody will say, oh, sorry, and then I feel bad because I feel like I've been pressuring people. Yeah, and I never, ever want anyone to feel like that.
Dawn's already finished the watercolour month thing.
She's always ahead.
A month ahead.
She's always ahead of herself, she is. Yeah. You're not like me. Your YouTube videos are planned and scheduled and way ahead of time, whereas for me, if I need a few days off, the videos just stop because I haven't got anything scheduled. I always say I will get around to doing that, but yeah. So with espresso, in the end I thought, well, I can't do like a realistic picture for one day and then words for other days. I want to do words for every day if I'm going to do that. No, but in my mind I can't. So for espresso I did a coffee bean shape, you know, where you got that kind of split across the coffee beans. So I put espresso or something like that, so it fitted in the coffee bean shape. And one of the things I liked is when you look at the prompt, the official prompt list, there's also there's an extra kind of PDF you can download where she gives you I think Tori shared the link to it in the Facebook group. That's where I saw it. And she gives you a different, like a colour prompt every day as well, with some ideas of techniques to try to go along with that day's official prompt. And on the same website, they also give you all the previous year's prompt lists, so you can choose one of them instead if you don't like. So there's quite a lot of choice. I'm not hugely into doing watercolours. It's not my favourite medium. So although I want to start getting into arty things again, it's maybe not the best kind of jump back in thing. I don't know.
They accept someone doing it with Inktense instead of watercolour.
Well, I mean,
they're not the same
to
thing,
be honest,
but
you can do whatever you like with it. There's a hashtag to use, but you don't even have to use it. I mean, if you don't want to do that, if you just want to use the prompts, fine. They do say gouache is fine.
Yeah.
Because that's still kind of watercolour paint, really, isn't it? It's just more opaque.
Yeah, just
so
opaque,
I might use gouache as well. And I did think I could use watercolour pencils too, because it's still watercolour, isn't it? You know.
More so than Inktense, certainly.
Oh, thank you, Marion. That's reassuring. I don't want anybody ever. No coffee, no worky. Yeah. Oh, the other one was $5.90. Yeah, $5.99 would be. I think it's quite a lot. That's yeah. We were going to do different tiers because that's what YouTube encourages you to do. But in the end, we just thought, no, we don't want to start differentiating between. We're going to keep it at that one level. And if we think of more ideas and perks and stuff, we'll just give everybody the same perks.
The big problem with different tiers is we weren't really comfortable charging any more than we already were for the current tier.
Yeah. And I think, you know, I know what we're like. We'd end up like worrying ourselves stupid that we weren't giving people value for money, or you know what I mean? It just would feel Yeah.
I mean, we worry about this stuff so much that we haven't finished setting up the merch stuff we were talking about.
Yeah, because we keep
because the problem is the nature of things is they end up quite expensive once you add postage, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
You know.
But we would only get like
ourselves.
Well, we thought they were so expensive that we put the prices, pared them right down to like as low as you could go, rather than charge what they suggested. And so like we'd get like, I don't know what, 10% or something, and the things would still be quite expensive. I think what we need to do is order a couple of them ourselves and just make sure they're nice quality and things, and they won't feel so bad.
Because we're not looking to make a profit from it. We're just people wanted merch.
It's just a fun thing.
Stuff, so,
if there's some like cute shirts with like emotional support jellyfish on and stuff like that, I would quite enjoy that. The things like the mugs and water bottles I quite liked. Part of the problem was that certain things were only made in certain countries. So if you're in a different country, you've got to pay over the odds for delivery. So we thought we'd go through and just go for the ones that are made in all the countries.
Yeah.
So that it's more reasonable.
Yeah. Because the different products have different factories of origin, and
yeah,
a few of them, they have factories that produce them in pretty much every continent. Therefore, it ends up cheaper for everyone.
Yeah. So we angsted about that so much, we just ended up basically paralysing ourselves at the moment, but we will get round to it eventually. And
procrastinator is definitely fair. Not wanting to give money to YouTube.
Yeah.
Giving your bank details, I wouldn't worry. It's not like they're going to steal your money, but not wanting to give them a cut of the money is definitely fair.
Yeah.
I fully trust them with my bank details, but they do want their cut.
Sorted. Yeah, don't, Kaz, please don't. I would just feel, don't do it, don't.
Yeah. Just accept that you'll never win.
I think she should have.
Although we are tying again, you're up to 300 XP now.
Oh.
So if I stop sending messages, you'll eventually be number one.
Of course, he won't stop sending messages now, just to spite you.
Oh, you're showing up as number one as well. Yay!
Hey! Woohoo! Purple
you
number one.
You have 25 XP more than me.
Take a screenshot, quick, Kaz.
I'm just going to send you a £1 super chat a second.
Don't you dare, Tom. Stop it.
What's everyone's thoughts on these strawberry and cream sandwiches? It sounds like the kind of thing that started in Japan, because I'm sure I saw something along those lines in Japan.
It does sound like a Japan thing. So are they made with normal bread or brioche or something? I haven't heard of them, but they sound amazing.
Yeah, it's official. You are better than me.
My mouth's watering now. Strawberries are so amazing at this time of year. Well, in the UK, obviously not if you're in the middle of winter. In Australia, not so much, but yeah.
Apparently brioche. You see, that's a place where brioche makes sense.
Yeah, we don't agree with brioche for burgers, do we?
No.
Brioche for a strawberry and cream sandwich. So do they... They must slice the strawberries and then put cream and then bread on the top then?
I would assume so, yeah.
I mean, it's a bit like, I suppose it's like a scone, isn't it? With, like a strawberry scone.
Like I said, it's like team of Devonshire. Yeah. It's,
yeah.
You don't eat strawberries?
Oh.
Well, in that case.
Are you allergic or something?
Or you just have terrible taste.
Just don't like them. Tom's got a magical little gadget that takes the... You just cut it, sort of opens up
like a little
this.
evil claw thing.
Yeah, sort of opens up and it grabs the hull of the strawberry and just takes out just that top and a little bit of the core, just that bit that you don't want, without wasting all the other strawberry.
Yeah.
I used to
Jen,
just
you're not
slice
the only
the top
person who
off.
doesn't like strawberries. It has terrible taste as well.
They're just weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I only like them when they're grown in season.
Yeah. Strawberries can be tasteless and pointless.
Yeah.
Good strawberries. Fantastic. What's not to like?
Yeah.
It's like mango can be awful.
Yeah.
When you get a really good ripe mango, the texture is so different.
Yeah.
And there's so much more taste.
I can still remember the first time I ate a mango, and it was my brother's dad, Winston, came from Jamaica, And every so often he would go home to Jamaica for a visit, and he'd come back, and one of the things he'd bring back would be mangoes. Sure, these days they don't let you do that. They don't let you bring food back from places, do they? But anyway, I can remember being woken up like in what felt like the middle of the night to me as a kid, but it probably wasn't. I've just unthreaded my needle again. Oh, I got this huge, great needle with this thread, but it's because I'll be going back to embroidering again in a minute. And I can remember us being like sat in the bath eating these mangoes with juice running down our chins. That's my first experience of a mango, and it was like nothing I'd ever tasted before. Yeah.
Was this just after the war when they were still rationing? It's funny because you're old.
Where did you get your strawberry tool, Tom?
I don't remember. I'll have a look on Amazon, see if I can find...
Yeah, see if I can find a link. Oh, it's so...
something equivalent.
It's so good. I could just sit there and hold strawberries all day because it's actually quite fun to use.
No, yeah, here's one on Amazon. It seems to be basically the same thing for £3.99.
99.
99.
Is this a good time to go for a Discord peek then, if you're going to put it in there?
I've just put it in this chat for the moment.
Oh, okay.
But it would make more sense to put it in the Discord thing.
Yeah, so people can see what it looks like, what we're talking about. Ow! This needle is sharp. It's new, that's why. I think all my other needles were blunt or something. By the way, if anybody's watching who has sent me a heart and is wondering why I haven't shown opening their heart on the video,
it's just because she hates you.
It's just because I'm behind, really behind in showing them. So I've still got a few to catch up on, and then I'm going to start showing where, once all the hearts have been shown, I'm going to start showing where people have sent in pieces for the quilt. Although a couple of people sent the two together, so obviously.
Yeah.
I thought I'll finish the hearts first, then I'll get into the quilt ones. So it's quite nice to show them, because if anybody else wants to make a piece for the quilt, it kind of helps, give them ideas for what they could do.
Ooh. The video for that strawberry thing shows them using it on like tomatoes and chili peppers, and actually to remove the bits from pineapples as well.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah, those annoying little bits.
Yeah.
Good idea. I need to have one now. And actually, tomatoes, I do tend to cut that conical shape out of the top of a tomato because I don't like it.
Yeah.
Have you put it in Discord as well now? Yeah. Should I do a Discord peek?
You should do a members list first.
Oh, okay. Right, I'm just going to go into the right place in Discord before I start.
Yeah, get prepared.
Oh, the sorting of the threads, Kaz. Yum, that makes my heart happy looking at that. We'll look at that in a minute. Okay, back here. Yes, since we've been talking about the members, that would be a good time to do it, wouldn't it? I'm going to put my members list up.
Now I'll see if you've updated it properly.
I have. Kazia T's the latest one. Gemma P. A bit before that. 52 peeps. 52 peeps there. Look how long it takes to scroll through them all.
I've accidentally made the chat overlay text about the same size as this list.
It almost looks like it matches.
I mean, on purpose.
Yeah. I've just literally
what is an accident?
Poured that down my front because I forgot that I can't speak and drink at the same time.
Got a drinking problem.
Thank you so much to all those channel members. Very much appreciate you. I don't very much appreciate everybody else as well. But we're not going to keep going on about that now because I think I've said all that. And now I'm going to go and do a Discord peek. I'm just going to wait for them to go up through because it's rude otherwise. I know they've been around twice and they'll be getting busy by now. It does take a long time to go through, doesn't it?
What you're saying is people should cancel their memberships so that it's shorter.
No. Right, Discord peak. So, shall I put a link in here in case anybody wants to join Discord who hasn't already?
Yeah. There's one little thing I'm going to suggest you do.
Yes.
Once you get to Discord.
Okay.
Which is that little preview of your stream there.
Yeah, move
Just drag
it.
that across to the left-hand side of the screen, where it won't be seen.
Because it's going to look
stream,
confusing otherwise. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. So
Makes basically no difference, but...
I've been doing... I know that feeling, Kaz. So Kaz is saying my brain wouldn't let me move on to the next task until I completed the sorting of the threads. I so know that feeling. And that is so satisfying, isn't it, when you do that? Look at that. What a thing of joy. What does single thread mean? Why is there a little note there that says single thread?
Because they're single threads.
Oh, so rather than stranded cotton, it's like a perlé or something where you've just got... Yeah, that's probably what it is.
I'm glad I could help.
I was ignoring you, Tom. You didn't really help. You just made it sound like that. You're annoying. Wishes in stitches.
I would never be annoying.
I've been... Oh, look at this. I've been lost in my Maggie Morris-inspired low stitch scroll. It's been so relaxing to do. I had to put my own stamp on it. Yeah, I think we all... I've noticed every single person who's been doing one, I could still recognise their style at the same time with that Maggie influence, which is really nice. I know Maggie's really enjoying seeing them all as well. That is absolutely brilliant. Oh, look at that. Aren't they hard to take photos of, those scrolls? You always end up having to do this where you've got a lot either side.
Yeah.
Or take it in like 2 pieces, you know. That is brilliant. Stitched to within an inch of its life, which is exactly what you need to do. I love that. I love it. I love the mixture of fabrics you've used there. It's brilliant. Very Maggish.
Myra's just joined Discord now to learn how to use it.
Yay!
Don't worry, it's very easy to use, and we are always happy to answer questions should you have any.
Honestly, I reckon, no offence to my fellow community members, but probably we're averagely a lot older than most Discord members. Our community is probably... Yeah,
there are people who have grandkids who are embarrassed that their
or impressed that they're...
Or impressed, some of them, but you know what kids are like, though. You can't be on there. That's for young people. No, it's not.
Most of us aren't of the age group that generally have used Discord, but we've all got used to it pretty quickly, and it feels a hell of a lot more friendly and...
it's less confusing than Facebook once you get used to it.
Exactly. Yeah, much more friendly and kind of what's the word? Just comfortable than Facebook. You feel more connected with people, and I think one of the lovely things is that we've got all of the different breakout rooms down the side where you can go for specific interests. So don't worry, Myra, you can't break anything. Click on whatever you like. Don't feel like you can just jump in and join in with whatever chat is going along, because I know sometimes people have said they feel a bit like they can't jump in. That's what you're meant to do. It's fine. You share your own pictures very easily by just clicking on the little plus icon that you see down here, type in your message and click enter, and you're done. Might be different on a phone, but
and if you're one of those people who doesn't like the dark appearance of it, you can switch it to light mode if you prefer that.
Yeah, a lot of people do prefer that. We've set it up this way because it is easier on the eye, especially if you're looking a lot.
It defaults to this because gamers usually prefer it to look like this, and it was originally made for gamers.
Yeah. But Cassie is saying she's 28 but has a 50-year-old soul. Do you know what? That's what I always used to say. I think I've been waiting all my life to be the age I am now. It's just that what I didn't realise at that age is that everything hurts a bit more and you can't do as much as you used to do. But I've always had
I'm 41
older
but
friends.
I have an 80-year-old spine.
Yes, yeah. I'm sort of not that age aware really, and it always kind of takes me aback when I have to select my age group when I'm signing up for something, and I have to scroll down and down and down to find my date of birth these days. But it's kind of, why is that relevant? Why does that matter? Doesn't to me.
Yeah.
Myra's 75 with the 28 years old. Yeah. We're going the other way around now.
I can get behind not wanting to join Facebook.
Yeah.
Discord isn't going to be stealing your data and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It does feel safer, and partly because it is a much smaller group in the Discord community as well. Yeah. But it's not just that.
If you're new to Discord, one thing you will notice is it'll occasionally sort of give you a little message saying, "Oh, you can join Nitro for."
Yeah, don't do that.
You never need to pay for Discord. You can do it if you really want to, but you will get no benefit out of it. Yeah, there's no point. Don't
even be tempted. There's no way you need to. Yeah. Karen's saying the same thing. Born old. Yeah. Discord is just so much. Obviously everything takes a little bit of getting used to, but we all had to get used to Facebook when it first started, didn't we? And I find Facebook extremely confusing and bewildering, and the only thing I do on Facebook now is that Arty Farty Annie group and a couple of other people's groups that I sort of follow, but I don't pardon?
Luckily you have help with some of that.
Yes,
people help out with some of the admin.
Thank goodness. Granny Sue and Tori and Christine all helped me with that, and I really appreciate it.
Much appreciated, yeah.
But I don't do any. That's why I always say to people, don't be offended if I don't accept a friend request on Facebook. I don't even accept friend requests from family and stuff. I just don't. I only keep that going for the group because a lot of people still prefer Facebook. But and we have had a couple of issues with, worries about sort of data protection on Facebook and stuff, and so just don't, if you join the Discord and you get confused at all, just shout in whichever chat room you're in. Someone will help you, really. But there is a tech support room there as well if you want to ask questions in there. But we try to keep certain posts within certain rooms, like if you're showing craft things, rather than put it in the general chit chat, put it in the craft show and tell. But we ain't too fussy about it. And if
you're not going to get kicked out or something goes in the wrong place.
No, someone might say, "Oh, could you just put that in whichever room?" Because
never
but that's
take
partly
offence if you get that, because
exactly
everyone puts things in the wrong place. Because how could you know in the first place?
It's mostly about trying not to swallow up the trying to keep things in the right places so that the right people see them, kind of thing. Yeah. If you end up with like the general chat being overwhelmed with stitchy stuff, not everybody wants that, so we put that in the craft show and tell room, that kind of thing. It kind of makes sense. You'll see, you'll soon get used to it.
Another thing, if you're new to Discord, try clicking on people's names and you'll see their profile, especially with a Hobbit's name, Arty Farty Annie, in there. You should look at her profile and read it.
My profile, which I didn't make myself at all. How's she doing, Snoppy? Is she still waiting for paramedics? Oh. Yeah. Difficult, isn't it? I'm forgetting that I'm still on Discord and I'm just chatting away. Your kids put googly eyes on your Batmobile now. It looks like a gothic rum. You went through a phase
Better than looking like a brummy goth.
Putting googly eyes on stuff, didn't you, Tom?
I don't know if I'd say I went through a phase of it.
Of it. You were doing it for a while. It amused you for a while.
I bought some googly eyes at one point. Yeah.
And stuck them on things at work and things like that.
Yeah.
This is the strawberry colour. Oh, I suppose I can't. Can I click on it? Yeah. Look, this is it, guys. Yeah. This is what you need. And I had never before thought of using it to take those little brown bits out of pineapples, or the core bit out of tomatoes, as well as strawberries. It works like a charm. They're brilliant. Yeah. I need to get one. I'm going to be buying one as soon as we finish streaming. I'm going to be getting one.
And quite cheap.
Choosing buttons. Oh, I love this design with the bees.
Yeah.
Oh, that is really cute.
Look away.
That's Deb's. I don't think Deb's here today.
Okay.
Yeah, especially pearly buttons she hates. Yeah. And she actually sent me a heart once, before the heart swap, long time ago, which had pearly buttons stitched on it, which was heroic of her. This is gorgeous. Is it a knit-along? What have I missed? What knit-along have I missed? Where's a knitted thing? Is it a knit along? I click to see attachment. Okay, going back up to here. This is a crochet along. It's we were talking about this last week because Stitch Kit were doing the one of the kits with all the yarns that you need to do the whole thing. So it's to do a whole blanket. It's a festival blanket, and it's the what is the make? Is it King Cole? Someone there who's doing this. Rachel was there earlier on. Is it King Cole? The make? Oh, I can't think now. I was so tempted by this myself because it's so lovely and colourful, and I love doing all the different stitches. So each week or each day they bring out another section of the blanket to do. It's probably each week, I think. I've got to go all the way back down to here again now.
One left.
King Cole, Festival Fever. Thank you, Rachel. One left. When we were house sitting for our daughter and partner, we put Googling myself things like their groceries.
It's always fun.
It is. You can't help but smile, can you? Look, Rachel's just gone up to...
You can get really big ones as well. Put it on a cart.
Rachel's just gone up to number 3, look.
Yeah.
Hey, hi, Em. Are you making minis this afternoon, Em? Out. Yes, King Cole. Thanks, Shirley. I haven't said hello to Shirley. I missed you. Right, what else have we got here? Ooh, Maggifying. I love that word. Maggifying, that should so be a word. A pencil wrap for my Caron Dash pencils. What a good idea. I need to do one for knitting stuff because I haven't got a knitting one.
You do.
I've only recently started doing much knitting, and that's thanks to Stitch Kit as well. I love that. I recognise some of these fabrics. I recognise that one there. I think sometimes I recognise the fabrics because we've sent them to each other and stuff, haven't we? I associate that one with Granny Sue. That is going to be fab. That's a lovely mixture of patterns you got to play with there. So... look forward to seeing how it evolves. Oops, clicked on the wrong bit again.
Unfortunately, Kate, that won't work because YouTube will assume you're trying to spam to get to the top, so it won't.
Really? Will it?
Count? Yeah.
All Liberty prints. Yeah. I think Granny Sue sent me some Liberty prints once, ages ago, and I think these, I recognise some of these from that. I recognise that one. I definitely recognise that one. It's quite distinctive. Yeah. And I know some of those that she sent me with Liberty prints. I'm sure they were. Oh, Pearly Kings. I used to have a Pearly King doll.
That's just in case Deb does watch.
Doing an amber. Whoa. Hoi.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only way you're going to get number 1 now is to donate more than Cass did.
No, don't say that because that makes it sound like we want people to donate. Don't say that. Just don't listen to him.
I don't think you should try to get to the top, but if you wanted to, that is the way you'd have to do it.
Linda was at the top to start with, only because she showed up like 10 minutes before anybody else did, so she was number 1 for quite a few minutes there.
Yeah.
Made this thing out of different things. So the body's a mushroom cap, tail fin is a seashell, and the chest fin's a spider legs. Love it.
That is fantastic, right?
Anything that is as it should be is the cat ears. I love that. Oh, Martha's doing World of Watercolor. Yeah, it was Martha's post in Facebook that got me looking at it. Now I've forgotten what number 1 was already. Are you following the official prompts, Martha, or are you doing something different? I like the idea of sectioning it all off, so you've just got this
number
little...
1 was Radiant.
Yeah, that's right. So you've just got this small section that makes it a bit less daunting, doesn't it? I could still do that. Actually, rather than
Martha's going different. Fair enough.
Yeah. There are lots of different prompt lists, and you can still look at the old previous year's ones as well. Yeah. And are you using just watercolour paints? Are you going to try gouache as well? Do you think it's okay to use like watercolour pencils? I've never done it before, so I don't know what the general rule is. I know there's a hashtag that you're supposed to use when you share your work.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to share it, then it should be following the guide I put forth. But if you're just doing it for fun,
you can do whatever you
use
like,
alcohol
can't
markers
you?
if you want. Because,
yeah. Oh, and I know even the official people say it's okay to use different prompt lists and stuff like that, but I think they probably would want it to be watercolours or gouache. But I wonder if that includes watercolour pencils, because I kind of feel like that's legitimate. Yeah. Love your cherries, Martha. That sounds like a euphemism for something it's not. I love your cherries.
Hey,
Ooh,
Sylvia,
look at this.
sorry to hear you're having a rough day.
Oh. Snoppy's not having a great day either with your mum either, are you?
Yeah.
I read watercolour or gouache, yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that, Kate. There's, there was a problem with the thing. Yeah,
it's we thought we'd got that sorted, but we'd only looked at members' names, which show up in green, and Tom's name, which shows up in blue or whatever it is. What we didn't realise until we went live is that people who, if you had it in dark mode, not...
I put a screenshot in the live stream, follow along of how it looked on my end.
Here you go.
So I assumed it would look the same on your end.
This is what... Oh, there we are. Look, this is what we were seeing. Is that big enough to see?
Yeah.
But that's because Tom has it in dark mode. We didn't realise until we went live, and Tom could see it on my screen, because I have mine in light mode. But we'll have that fixed for next time. Each time we're just improving on it a little bit. It's certainly better than it was last time when you couldn't read the words at all. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Feel for you, Snoppy. It's awful stuff like that, isn't it? It's hard. I wish I could do something to help. Yeah. Yeah. Let's have a look at this. So, big hugs. Still new to wet felting, but I recently did these with wool, silk and bamboo. Oh, beautiful. That's amazing.
I didn't even know wet felting was a thing.
Didn't you? Yeah. Big thing, wet felting. Yeah, wow. Jen does wet felting as well.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous. I love the effect you've got there. That's really lovely. Yeah, really beautiful. Let's have a look at this.
I suppose all felting is wet felting if you stab yourself so much that you cry on it.
Or you bleed on it. Yeah, not that kind of wet. That's absolutely gorgeous. Are you going to do stitching into them and things as well? I know people do sometimes. I know Jen does, kind of combines things. It's something I've thought about doing but not actually got around to trying yet. Beautiful. I think I've come to the end of what's in Discord at the moment, so I'm going to come back here. Yeah, see, at the moment all of the names that are showing there happen to be members whose names come up in green, so it's fine. It's just the people who's...
Yeah, see, that was a problem while we were testing early on. It was all
members that were there
in
as it
green
happened.
or me in blue.
Yeah, exactly. Just by chance. Yeah, that's okay. We'll have that sorted for next time. Oh. Yeah, we'll just carry on distracting you, Snoppy. Hope you don't have to wait too long for paramedics.
Yeah.
Are you there on your own river at the moment, Snoppy? God, look, I thought I'd have whipped around this in no time. I needn't have made all that fuss about... Oh, I don't need to put this on now, hang on. I needn't have made all that fuss about choosing which edging to go for earlier on, because it doesn't even look like I'm going to get to that point.
Yeah.
What's the bet? You'll finally see a picture of this later on, or I'll show it in my next video. and it'll be something completely different that wasn't even one of the options that I was showing.
Mints or big hugs saying they're not going to stitch into these ones but might for future projects.
Yeah.
Fair.
I love it when you see, I mean, that looks amazing just as it is. I do also love it when you see people that have stitched into it and added like beads and sequins and stuff in as well. I do love the look of that.
Yeah. You do like a textural interest.
And wet felting isn't something I've tried. It's on my list.
My browser's just crashed.
Oh dear. How come I can still hear you?
Because my browser crashed, not Discord.
Not Discord. Isn't it funny that that's one of those? There are many phrases that you hear these days a lot, but if you'd have said them to someone 20 years ago, they wouldn't have known what on earth you were talking about.
Yeah.
My browser just crashed. I mean, well, maybe 30 years ago for that, but...
Yeah, I was going to say 20 years ago, you'd have been all right.
Yeah.
In fact, you'd have heard it more often because...
Yes, because it was always happening.
Less reliable then.
Yeah. You done some wet felting then, Chalk mints. That's some good names.
It's unfortunate. I was making various insults about the Cornish before when Em wasn't here. Now I can't remember what it was. It's a shame.
I think
it was you who was insulting the Cornish.
I'm sure it wasn't me.
I was telling you not to be mean.
Oh, starting to make my hand hurt now. Not pushing, not fingers sore, but gripping to pull through because this is quite stiff because I've done so much stitching on it. It's gone quite thick. The fabric.
You need your little thimble strips.
Oh, where did I put them?
I mean, you've already stabbed yourself once.
Yeah, but it's not. As I say, it's not the stabbing myself element. It's the gripping and pulling through. So it's making an ache in my joints rather than a thimble wouldn't help with that. What's everyone having for dinner? I'm starving already. And I have eaten today. I have properly eaten. Are you now? Homemade or?
No. Although I'm sure I would make a very successful one if I wanted to.
You know, after I had the disaster of a lasagna last time, I made one just like threw it together in half an hour, a vegetarian version. Came out perfectly nice. Much, much better than the one I was trying really hard on.
Yeah.
Blimmin' typical. I'm trying out some dishes, guys, for the we're having a little party soon. I say party, it's only like 10 people at most, really. But
that definitely counts as a party.
Yeah, I've decided to go for an Italian theme, and so I'm trying out some different dishes. And I thought, well, lasagna, classic, you know, but didn't turn out well at all. I thought it was like a bad ready meal version. One of the things I did different was instead of trying to do all of the layers, so the ragu, the pasta, the bechamel.
Yeah.
I actually just did it wasn't a meat one because I did it with vegetables this time. But you know, the tomatoey stuff and the pasta alternated. More of the pasta than I did last time. And then I just put all of the bechamel, all of it on top rather than layer it all the way through. It worked a lot better. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking of Canada. Didn't you guys celebrate Canada Day yesterday?
Oh, did you? Happy Canada Day. Is that right?
I might be misremembering.
I sent 2 of my hearts to Canada this time.
Oh, nice.
Well, considering I had very few outside the UK this time, it was quite unusual for 2 of those to be Canada. You know, out of the very few that I sent overseas this time. I didn't have any swaps in Australia or New Zealand this time. Had one in Sweden, Annette in Sweden. Hers has gone off.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly UK. Mind you, pretty scary, the postage. I spent about 50 quid on postage.
Yeah.
It's because they were so fat this time, and I had a lot to send off. And because they were fat, they couldn't even go large letter post, most of them. So, but it's okay because the amount of pleasure and stuff all the beautiful things I've got in my little treasure box, it's definitely worth it. But yeah, you do need to bear it in mind when you do the swaps. You do need to bear that in mind when you're deciding how many you're going to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, Carrie, I'll see. We won't get into big discussions about that topic on YouTube, but don't worry, the rest of the world isn't going to tar you all with the same brush. Yeah.
What is that? What am I talking about? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Carrie. We'll say nothing, but,
We know that there's good ones.
Yeah. We know not everyone's the same. Cool, blimey, it's taken me an age to do this. I already like it better though. Now it's narrower, and I think I can cope with it not having the edge. After all that.
All that decision making.
Yeah, I know. Still not too late, but kind of feel like...
What about some gold edging?
Don't say that and give me another option.
You could use a metallic thread to do a blanket stitch. Yeah,
I absolutely blibbing loathe metallic thread. I love the look of it. I love it when other people do it, but...
That's why I suggested it. Especially through such thick fabric as well.
Oh, yes, it'd be more fun. Yeah. Oh.
Do it.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone's had moments where they are embarrassed by people they share a landmass with.
You're associated with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go with the purple. We had this huge debate earlier on, Sylvia, about what colour I was going to go with. Marion always had to go and lie down in a dark room afterwards. It all got a bit much.
And it was all for nothing.
And then in the end, I'm kind of thinking, I don't know if I need an edge. I thought I wanted it mainly because I felt like I'd done too much of the lime green. I love the lime green. It's one of my favourite colours. But like there was too much of it. So I thought, well, I'll balance it out by edging it with something that will pull out the other colours and knock the green back a little bit. But now I've tidied up the edges and it's all that much narrower. I'm thinking it's fine.
Yeah, the green is nice,
I do love the green.
Wouldn't want to overemphasise it.
Yeah.
It's powerful in that amount.
Yeah. And it was meant to be completely crazy colour, I mean. I'm channeling me inner Maggie, who does love that colour.
And boy, does Maggie nail it.
She really does. She really does. She's amazing. I've got...
Yours is coming out all right too, though.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it. I am pleased with it. And I can see that,
that's the important part, isn't
there
it?
are Maggie-ish elements to it for sure. And there have to be because I've been, using the same sort of stitches and kind of techniques and stuff that she does.
Yeah.
So, I actually used fabrics that she sent me too. I think normally she would mix more colours, whereas I went mostly pink and green. The other colours have come in more with the thread. She would put more colours in to start with, and I think maybe I should have done that. I don't know. But I've lost my thread now. What was I talking about?
It's in the needle. Way. Funny every time. You're talking about lime green?
It being Maggie-ish. Yeah. Don't know. Don't matter. Not important.
Yeah.
Bright and fun. Thank you. Too much lime green, said no one ever. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Yeah, so after this, I'm going to start on the big Indian block printed piece.
Nice.
Yeah, and it might even be that piece that I work on for that will be the piece that I'll use as part of the top that I'm going to make. So the patterns that I got, I'll post links to them in the Discord later as well, in case anybody's interested in the live stream follow on. I thought they were nice. Oh, black velvet. I love velvet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've found a couple of patterns. I spent hours actually trawling through to find patterns that I wanted, and I could find exactly the kind of tops I wanted to make, but not patterns for them. And to some extent, I could make them up, but so I found like a couple of patterns. One is several different tops that you kind of layer together. So like a top, an over top, a jacket, a pair of loose floppy trousers kind of thing that you can layer all of them together. And I thought using the Cantha stitched cotton and some of that block printed stuff that I'm going to embroider myself, that would be good for like the jacket where you want a bit more body to it. The Cantha stuff of course is reversible, so it'd be absolutely perfect. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. That's the next project, to do that block printed stuff. So to do like this stuff, I'm very much probably copying Maggie more in this than I have with this one actually. And then the next person I'm going to be inspired by, so I'm just picking people in our community whose work kind of inspires me for different reasons. The next one on the list is Viviana, who some of you'll have seen me open things that she sent, and you'll have seen her beautiful work in the Facebook group, and she is in the Discord community now.
Ooh.
She's the one that does those amazing colourful seascapes, and she does other things as well, but that's what we see her doing a lot. She's been doing a lot of fishes lately. And she's given me permission to use some of her beautiful pieces. She sent me photos. I will base my designs on some of her lovely pieces. So that's the next project. But there's so many people doing such beautiful creative work, such have a very distinctive style to them. Jen is another one.
Yep.
That I'm going to be doing. I've had to start writing a list because there's just so many ideas. We've got a lot of very talented people in our community.
Yes.
And it's nice when you can...
Sausage stroganoff with chickpeas, extra garlic.
Oh my God, that sounds
extra
nice.
Garlic even. And pasta because you're out of rice. Sounds good, Rain.
One thing we tried last week, we cooked it over at Tom's and I brought some home to have later.
Yeah.
So trying out another rustic Italian dish was a Tuscan bean and sausage stew kind of thing. Yeah, God, that was nice. So it was rather good. Cannellini beans and we got some kind of fairly rustic
kind of cannellini
sausages, like what I would call we call Lincolnshire sausages here, like a fairly coarse ground kind of pork type sausage.
Just seasoned pork, yeah.
Yeah, but you also had some smoked sausage, didn't you? Which we threw that in as well.
Yeah, smoked Polish sausage of some kind.
And that was nice, and we put a bit of pancetta in too.
Yeah.
So So, I mean, other than the 3 kinds of sausage, it was just the cannellini beans. Did we use passata or tinned tomatoes?
It's passata, yeah.
Passata. Garlic, sage
Onion.
leaves, and onion. That was it. Quite simple, but God, that was delicious.
Yeah.
In fact, I could really eat that now. I'm tempted to go round to Morrison's after this and get some sausage.
Get a load of it, make a big batch up.
Yeah, eat it for the rest of the week. John did say give it a go, although he's not always keen on beans like that. But
yeah, I think it'd be all right with them, because the problem he has with them is usually like the texture of the skins
on
so
beans, yeah.
But there's very little of that in those.
Yeah. I think it's partly because we did get a nicer brand of cannellini beans as well. And I think sometimes the cheaper brands in beans, the skins are a bit tough, and sometimes the beans are a bit mushed up and the skins have, I think it probably is worth buying the... And it was lovely. I mean, just with some kind of, rustic style bread would be lovely.
Mm.
It's quite
very
filling.
Easy to make as well.
Yeah, so easy, so quick. The whole thing, you could literally have it on. It doesn't need to cook for a long, slow time. It only needs to cook for about 20 minutes. It doesn't need a long, slow cook like a ragu or whatever.
And the onion wasn't in the recipe, but
we put it in
anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you could put peppers. I think when I did one at home later, I put carrot and celery and stuff in because I had them, But it's basically a rustic kind of, peasant dish traditionally, and they would have used whatever they had available.
Yeah, put what you got in it. Bosh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I might have to go and get some sausage and do that now.
Yeah.
Then I had to go at chicken cacciatore, which again is kind of a bit, throw whatever you've got into it.
Yeah.
That was lovely.
Worth practicing because you'd make a change to the chicken that you used.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the recipe I followed said to use skin on bone-in chicken thighs, and I do prefer chicken thighs. They might be more fatty than the breast, but I think they're better. But I think for something that's then you're going to, you basically spent a lot of time browning the chicken to get this like crispy skin, and then you put it in this tomatoey sauce to bake. And I thought, well, the skin's gone all soggy again. What's the point of that?
Yeah, you might as well just add a little bit of stock.
Yeah. The bones I can understand because arguably they give flavour to the sauce, don't they? But for ease of dishing it up at this party, it might be easier without the bones. I don't know.
Well, the last thing you want is one of them half choking on a bone because they were inhaling it and then blaming you somehow.
Yeah.
Because of course it would be your fault.
Of course it'd be my fault. I think I might have to do that sausage stew tonight. What's everybody else having? Am I missing any?
Yeah.
Nom, nom, nom.
The other thing you were thinking of doing was the Italian meatloaf type thing.
Yes.
Basically a big meatball.
Yeah, giant meatball. Yeah.
I believe the name of the dish literally translates to giant meatball, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've forgotten what it was now, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought they were all things that, if they don't all get eaten, they're easy to reheat and have later.
Yeah. Did you mention the roasted red pepper dip as well?
No, I didn't. I'm going to do that to go with arancini balls.
Yeah. Worth making a fairly large amount of that so that it can go with those, and it could also go with the meatloaf potentially.
Well,
and if you have leftover stuff, it would work stirred into pasta.
Crudité and all that.
Yeah. Little sparrow. Hello
hey! There. Better late than never. You haven't missed much. I've literally spent this whole time stitching around this. How on earth has that taken so long? There was 10 minutes of procrastinating about what I was going to edge it with, which turned out to be a bit pointless, but...
Yeah, there was that. I thought you were going to get 2 things done today.
I was, because the other thing was going to be hooking in some of those ends, and just to prove myself correct, I'm going to do that. Or certainly some of it in a minute.
You're going to do one of the things for half of the stream and then finish the other one in the other half.
But it would be really nice just to have this stitched all the way around.
No, good luck, Snoppy. Hope everything goes okay.
Have they gone too? Oh, yeah, I hope she's okay. It's exhausting having that on your shoulders all the time. Hope she's okay. Favourite fish and chip place has a cod special on Wednesdays. Oh,
nice.
I'm starving. Any ideas what to do with a load of broad beans? Oh, don't put them on the compost heap. Oh, I love broad beans. Do you double skin your broad beans, Procrastilas?
It's a lot of hassle.
It is a lot of hassle, but it is enough to make them nicer. A broad bean dip is really lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could just eat a bucket full of broad beans, just double skinned, cooked and tossed in butter. I could just eat any amount of them. But yeah, I do like...
if you put some like coconut oil into the pan first, it makes it easy to slide them straight into the bin.
Oh, I love broad beans. Love them. Sometimes there's someone up the road obviously is a keen gardener and ends up with a glut of, at a certain time of year you get a glut of things, don't you? Tomatoes or beans or courgettes or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And they put a little box out, please help yourselves. And I've made up my mind that next time they put something there, I'm going to write out a little card and say, thank you for all, for all the free veggies. We really appreciate it. Because it's like you never get to say thank you to someone. It's not even right outside their house. So I don't even know who it is. It's that they leave it on the little green outside a whole group of houses. So it could be any of those people.
Yeah.
Never cooked them before. Well, if you double skin them, you have to kind of cook them for a few minutes first. Just simmer them in boiling water for a few minutes first. Then, well, what I do then is rinse them in cold water briefly so that I can pop them out of the inside skins. Then I reheat them with some butter. Oh, God, that's nice. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of hassle, but a lot of restaurants do double skin them, don't they? There.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, hang on.
Nice.
So, I don't think I need the edging. There's a messy bit here, but I can probably either just leave it and not mind about it, or catch that in with the blanket stitching or something.
Yeah.
It's a bit wonky wobbly, the sides, but I don't care about that. Maggie's a bit wonky wobbly as well. They're not perfect.
I mean, this whole thing seems to embrace wonky wobbly.
Yeah. You don't even notice with a thing like a scroll. You just don't notice. Oh yeah, so I was starting to say the other things I was going to do. So when I've done my scroll, I'm going to show a couple of different ways that you can make your own spools for the middle. If you're lucky and you've got some lovely wooden spools, then that's fine, but we haven't all got that. So there's various different, lots of people have done YouTube videos, but I've got like this cardboard tube that came out of some thread, and this one was from a cash register till roll. So if anybody knows anybody that works in a shop, you can probably ask them to grab some of these for you, because we used to just chuck them in a bin and it hurt my heart. So I've got a stash of those. And then you just need beads or buttons to stack on the end. So I'm going to do some of them. And I'm going to use one of the old Stitch Kit boxes because they're nice and sturdy. But any kind of cardboard would do. I'm going to make like a DIY little display unit for putting the scrolls on.
Nice.
It's like, what do you do with them? They look lovely if you hang them up on a wall, but we haven't all got room to do that. I certainly haven't. So I thought I'm going to create like a DIY
toilet roll holder.
Yeah. Little display, and then maybe my little mini tag books will go in the bottom of it, and scrolls on the top. I think it'll look quite cute. And I'm going to cover the whole thing with probably fabric. Okay. Just eat the butter without dirtying it with beans. Yeah. It is the butter. Broad beans are an excellent vehicle for butter. Or they're lovely with olive oil and lemon juice as well. Really nice.
Like traditionally sliced runner beans are excellent gravy vehicles.
Butter sponges and gravy sponges, yeah. Raw beans are also nice if you boil them and cool them. Throw them in with a green salad. They're lovely in with a green salad too. Yeah. Oh, dolly pegs, they make a lovely middle for scrolls. I must remember that. I must remember to mention that as well, Kate. Good idea, because I've got some of those. Yeah. Thank you, Jan. Yeah.
Every month, Amazon tries to terrify me with an email. Because like a thing saying, you've gone over your budget on the AWS billing thing, which is what we use to host like the pod's website and so on.
Yeah.
And of course, it's possible with those kinds of things that it
could happen if there's a sudden surge.
If hundreds of thousands of people, you could get, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of charges, theoretically.
Yeah.
But it's always 60p.
Because you set it
thanks,
low
Amazon.
so that wouldn't happen.
Thanks for the heart attack.
I get lots of stuff from AWS and where we were setting stuff like that up, and I just can't even understand the emails.
I think your charge is closer to 40p.
Yeah.
Which is not bad.
No, for what we get out of it, or what everybody gets out of it, it's really not bad, is it?
Yeah.
Well, luckily, I get your time for nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
I could never afford a web developer otherwise.
No, for all these different custom things, it would have been tens of thousands if someone was charging you business rates, but,
Whereas for you, I've just had to give you dinner or whatever. Yeah, I must do some dolly peg ones as well. And I saw, was it Purple Poppy? Yeah, using a kitchen roll holder to hang up several. That is a good idea.
Yeah. Or if you can find someone who's got a 3D printer.
Yes. But yeah, there's lots of different ways you could do it. But I thought, well, I'll go through a few different ideas. And we'll see.
Martha, in my defence, I can't help the tomfoolery. It's my name.
Yeah, that's where the name came from.
Yeah. She wanted to name me head-patting little so-and-so.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't let her write the word she was actually using on the birth certificate.
Yeah, there's some names you're not allowed to give children.
Yeah, it would have been accurate, but also not allowed.
Yeah, I saw that come in. I cut this strip far too wide. Never mind, it'll be fine. Okay.
Good plan, Sylvia.
What's that?
3D printers are excellent for that kind of thing.
Yeah. Are there, I suppose, there probably will be already files that people have created for them.
Oh, yeah. Undoubtedly.
Yeah. I have kept one. I found one vintage scroll in a charity shop, which I've kept to do my next Create and Craft with Christine project. Because she sent me one of the Nana's Rick Rack packs that she was doing. So I've already got my bag. This is what I made with the... It's so full of stuff you can't see it properly, but yeah. So the same floral fabric she sent a piece of, and some of her Nana's Rick Rack, the green Rick Rack. So I'm going to make a scroll with that using the floral fabric and using that vintage bobbin as the middle. So I'm keeping it for that.
Did we say hi to Jan?
Well, I don't know if we did. Hi, Jan. I think we did. She's been there for a while. I think I've...
It sounds like she's just arrived.
Does it? Does she come back?
I don't know.
Anyway, hello, Jan.
And goodbye, Jen.
And goodbye, Jen. We're going in a minute anyway, won't we?
We will, yeah.
Bye, Marion. And I'm going to... well, I've got 7 minutes. You know, if I got my skates on, I can leave that here because I can do that later.
7 minutes is enough time to make half a decision.
Lovely. 7 minutes is long enough to find where I put that budget up. To do a little
just
bit
tidy things. You can't
on
lose
my
it.
thingy bag. I've still got to go. I've got to turn it back inside out again and carry on. Ugh. Hard work. Still got enough left to do. Well, I've got quite a bit left of the pink. The annoying thing was, the reason I've got these extra pieces here is that I cut all the. You saw me cut all the pieces, and I ran out. I got down to sort of almost to the bottom of the bag, and I was running out. I had to splice new pieces in, which is why I got all these ends, and that took me longer than anything else. I'd have finished this in 2 evenings otherwise. Yeah, you can see how many ends I had to join in. All of these are where I had to join new pieces, which is frustrating because you can see I have plenty left. I could have cut them longer. I can only think it's because I didn't pull them so tight. And although this is...
different tension or something.
Yeah. Although this is... I'm sure it said 3mm on there. It maybe looks like a bit fatter. It's a different type of cord. And maybe it doesn't pull so tight in. Hers is, they call it a braided cord. This is different. So, yeah. So I learnt my lesson there. I think another time I would cut it significantly longer than they're saying, just in case. I mean, you might end up wasting
you can
a
always
little
trim
bit.
it off, but
exactly.
Yeah.
You might waste a little bit, but a lot of what you... Because she ended up saying, keep these pieces that you're trimming off because we're going to make the tassel with those. Well, I don't know how she ended up with enough left to make a tassel with, because I'm not going to.
Maybe you measured wrong.
I don't think so. I was pretty careful. You saw me doing it. And now I've forgotten where I got to with this. Okay. We can do this. So you had to, every other alternate pairs got made into square knots, and then the other ones you were supposed to do a granny knot over the top. So those have got to be granny knot. Okay. I'm sure they didn't call them a granny knot, but that's what it was to me.
It's possible we told her wrong measurement, Sylvia, but I doubt it.
Well, I did have a look at that again after, and it seemed right to me. But I'm quite happy to blame you two. So,
I mean, you can blame me solely if you want, because I'm happy if it went wrong.
It's because you're horrible.
Yeah. I get
so
that from
once
my
I've
mother.
done all this knotting, apparently I can then quite safely just cut them off. But she says if you want an easier finish, weave the ends in. So that's what I'm going to do. And then she makes a thing for the base, like out of felt, which I probably will also do. And then I've just got the handle. And one of the nice things is it doesn't need a ring or anything like that. So
I don't think Jen does Facebook, does she?
no, she doesn't. She don't like Facebook.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
Because neither do I.
Yeah. Now you'll have to come and join us in Discord, Marianne. Yeah, if you two need to get in touch with each other, I can be your go-between.
Yeah, trusted third party.
Yeah. Yeah. I know both of you very well, so yeah. I'll make sure I'm knotting the right bit. So that's already in the square knot. Then there's these alternate ones that weren't part of the square knot. They're the ones I've got a knot. I surprised myself how much I got into doing this. I just found it extremely satisfying. And it was just kind of repetitive enough to be soothing, you know, but not so repetitive that it lost my attention. So I've knotted that one a bit strange. That's because we've come to the centre now, I think. So now we go here. Thanks for coming, Jen. Oh, wait, I've lost myself now. See, I should have carried on and finished this while I was in there because I've now got confused. That one goes there, that one goes there. That's there, that's that. That's it. Doesn't really matter as long as it holds it all together.
Teateke says, forgot to test if this still works for moderators.
I think we definitely need to change some of those voices, don't we? The moderators.
We do a bit, yeah.
Test if it still works for moderators.
Yeah, it still works for moderators.
Is Kaz still number one waffler?
Yeah. Although we are equal at the moment. Oh, hang on though. I'm number one.
Kaz might have gone to bed by now. It's a lot later over there. I must say, this is my least favourite bit of the whole process. This is a bit confusing. I'm getting there. I can't find which bit I'm meant to be knotting that to. I think what I'll have to do is just knot it to there.
With 2 messages.
You've ended on number one, Kat. Shall I end the stream now? Shall I end the stream now so that, Kat, you finish on number one? Yeah, it's time to finish anyway, so let's... Thank you all very much for coming. And thank you to my chief waffler, Kaz. Yeah, she's totally still right. We got to finish now while she's still number one. Okay, yeah. Thanks ever so much, everybody, for coming, and we'll see you again on Saturday if you can join us. So it's 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time on Saturday, and that's for the big arty farty. Now, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing. Trying to do something a bit fun and a bit constructive or whatever. Waffling. We're not going to be all full of giveaways this time, so we're not doing that anymore.
TTAK says, buttons for don't show your pins. Thanks, TTAK.
No! you would actually do that just for spite. Oh, Kaz! That was mean. That was really mean.
Spike number one.
Well, I'm going to stop now before Kaz decides to do the same thing. Right. Bye, everybody. I'm going now. Bye, number
guys.
2. You're horrible, Tom. I can't remember how to stop. Oh, no.
Bye, first place losers.
Oh, dear. Don't listen.